glitzy accents on a stainless steel Michael Kors Parker watch award-winning and well-known designer of high-end ready-to-wear and accessories. Michael Kors has a natural flair for glamour and an unwavering eye for classic style. The renowned Parker watch collection by Michael Kors offers opulent style, with a contemporary splash of trend-right details for anything from jet-setting escapades to the 9-to-5 grind. Featuring an imported quartz movement with an analog chronograph display, a 39mm case, a 17mm band width, and scratch-resistant mineral crystal glass, stainless steel dial on a round case, in rose gold, bracelet made of stainless steel and rose gold with a deployant clasp, 100 meters of water resistance, wearable during swimming, snorkeling, or shallow diving. I reasoned that putting a Michael Kors watch on my wrist for a review would be the quickest way to make sense of the fact that I likely suffer from horological borderline personality disorder. This article's goal is not to demonstrate the superiority of Michael Kors or any other brand of fashion timepiece. This review's sole purpose is to provide you with an honest assessment of how wearing the Michael Kors Lexington Chronograph feels. If you're not familiar, the watch fam refers to watches as fashion watches when they are more focused on how they appear than how well they function. In this context, good refers to the caliber of the watch's movement, materials, and workmanship. In essence, the idea behind using the term fashion watch disparagingly is to penalize vanity. You want to look better than you actually are, etc. What qualifies as a fashion watch might also have a financial component, such as when a watch is cheap but tries to appear more costly than it actually is. However, this is harder to define. With that said, let's begin the review. Okay, this watch is bigger than I had initially thought when I first looked at the web pictures. The fact that this Michael Kors watch takes design cues from the traditional Rolex Datejust format, Jubilee bracelet with this bezel fluting, is what originally confused me. I was anticipating something between 39mm and 40mm. However, Michael Kors watches are known for being huge on the wrist, so I should have anticipated it. It wears pretty large on my 6.75 inches wrist, measuring 45mm in diameter and 53mm from lug to lug. But given that it's a quartz chronograph, the height is only about 13mm. As a result, the watch doesn't seem as top-heavy, but I would think twice before purchasing the Lexington chronograph for someone who might not be initially drawn to larger timepieces. Although I don't necessarily disbelieve the stainless steel claimed by Michael Kors, the material feels really thin and nearly frail. The watch has that distinct hollowness that is typically associated with timepieces that are made with less care for quality. When viewed in person, the dial is really attractive. It has just the right amount of sheen and even has some radial brushing on the gunmetal area. The rose gold lining on the chronograph subdial hands, markers, and date window gives the dial a lovely sense of delicate balance. The hands and markers have lume, but the lume is laughable. I almost didn't need it. Yes, earlier typographical error. This is a chronograph movement. It doesn't have one of those dial designs with the day, the date, and a 24-hour subdial to make it appear like a chronograph. The chronograph is started by pressing the first button at 2 o'clock, which also starts the subdial at 6 for the running chronograph seconds, with the subdial at 9 serving as your minute counter. Resetting the chrono requires pressing the button at 4 after pausing it with the button at 2 first. 3 is on a 24-hour dial. Thank you
for watching this video. If you found this video helpful, please hit the subscribe button, press the bell icon, and comment below. Check out the description to find the product link.